In Joseph Campbell's The Hero's Journey, the last phase is coming home. It's called Coming Home. And it's bringing this elixir that was discovered on the journey of what I would call the hero's journey is the journey of self-discovery. And so the last phase of that is bringing home the elixir to share with the people back home. And that's where I'm at right now in my puzzle. And so I have this elixir, and it is a mix of healing arts and creative self-expression, which I've been studying and working with and playing with for the past 20 years. And I've designed and developed a program called Soul Nourishment Adventures. And so that's what I'm talking to you about today. I'm at the place where I just need to launch and make an offer. And so that's what I'm doing. So the first phase of this is called an intro to soul nourishment. I'm going to do this like New York style. What is it you have to offer? How much does it cost me? And you can decide from there. I don't want to hard sell you on any of this stuff. It's not my style. So for $39, you can come along in this first phase of the journey with a 5-part series that includes Breathe and Receive, an introduction to play with purpose, an introduction to conscious caring touch. And what we'll be doing with that piece is upright seated massage. And so as in my marketing materials, I say that you can be the hero in someone's life, because if you know how to be present with someone and hand placement, you don't have to do a lot, because in the breathe and receive process, what the receiver learns is how to breathe and receive that touch, that healing touch. So if I'm conscious as the giver, then my healing touch is going to be aligned and present, and you will get to experience as the receiver my energy working with your energy. We're working together. We're actually probably breathing together. That's kind of where we want to get to, breathing together. So breathing and receiving, it is the receiver's responsibility to imagine and open up these energy points in the palms of the hands and the bottoms of the feet, right in the center of the bottoms of the feet, right in the center of the palms of the hands, so that we're open to receiving. And just breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, down through all the bones of the body, out the bottoms of the feet. That is the quick and dirty version of how to get yourself grounded, back in your body, breathing, and prepared to receive. Now, I have something to say about this, and I might get a little teary here. So I've been breathing, but I haven't been figuring out how to receive, and that's the practice that I have to do right now. I have to trust that I know enough people that like me enough and trust me enough to take the risk to spend $39 to do this intro to soul nourishment and to receive this 5-day online series. And I feel a lot of pressure because I want it to be really, really good for you. And it's not built yet. This isn't packaged and ready to go out the door. To be honest with you, I've been really stressed. And not just, you'd think for a massage therapist that I would totally know how to be not stressed. I know how to get grounded. It doesn't mean that I always do it. I'm just normal like everyone else. And yet I've been at the table with thousands of people with my hands on them, and my job is to get me grounded and them grounded quick, back in their body, everybody back in their body. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Master Ju Shilin, a Qigong teacher from back in my Boulder days, Boulder, Colorado. Taught me how to break the knees and break the ankles so you can be grounded in your body. Breath in through the nose, holding at the top. Taking another little sip of the air if you wish. Holding, 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 holding. Sip in, holding, grounding in the knees, breaking the ankles and the knees, and release. Self-advocacy and self-care tools. Tools for self-care. So I only use the back knobber and a set of like balls for the back of my body. If I have to throw it in a bag and get out of town, I would take those two things because they are truly remarkable self-care tools. So I'll show you how I use those. What else? And that was the play with purpose piece. So I'm not exactly sure what we're going to do with that yet. One of my fortes, one of my areas of expertise is improvisation. And I'll improv anything. Hand me a musical instrument and I'll try to do something with it. It might not be good, but I'll try to do something with it and I'll have fun while I'm at it, and it'll totally get me in my body and in the flow. Man, I know myself when I'm in the flow and in my groove, and I really like myself when I'm there. And I have just been living in stress, truly in poverty and fear for a couple of years. And this is part of the story that I want to share with you because I think this is not an uncommon experience. Now, collectively, it was probably a good thing to experience that for a little bit because it gives us compassion. But now is a time to exit from that and enter into this state of grounded clarity, focus, and flow. That's what I'm aiming for. And showing up here and sharing my life with you is part of how I'm going to do that, which scares the shit out of me, to totally be honest with you, because I've had a lot of issues that people don't want to look at me for a lot of reasons. And I think that's a common experience. So the thing is, I have a lot of cool, useful information to teach and share. And I'm living in a tiny little town at the edge of the mountains in western Montana. I think I told you. Z59845, Hot Springs, Montana. That's where I'm at right now. And I want to host live events. I want you to come to Hot Springs, Montana and meet up with me, because this is a really cool place, and the opportunities to be out in nature and to learn the ways of the people in this folk school, in this the natives here have a lot to offer, to teach, to share, and the people that you might not give credit to, who you run into on the street, I think you would discover if you would sit down and have a beer, get drunk as a matter of fact, or not, because I'm not much of a drinker and I don't usually get drunk at the bars, so that's like my MO. I'm not that into alcohol, like the way it feels, to be honest with you. So that's just my shtick and my scene, and I'm not opposed to it. I will drink on occasion. So, wow, I'm giving you a lot of information about myself right now. So this is like going to be an act of vulnerability on my part, radical trust, the things that I've been practicing for years, the things that have gotten me through some really rough moments in the last couple of years. I want to share this story because I think it's not uncommon, and that we have to, in that gestalt, so I am gestalt, I am the gestalt. We're going to talk about what my issues are as a way of like helping other people deal with their issues, because with Soul Nourishment, we dive deep. Okay, so after that $39 offer, the Intro to Soul Nourishment, and that is a 5-day online series. The next piece is a live event in Z59845, Hot Springs, Montana. This is a $180 offer, an intro to soul nourishment, which is a half-day mini retreat for 2, and it's done online. It includes lunch for 2 and 2 tokens, soak-in tokens. So I can't do that for you out there in the online world. That's if you come to the live event here in Hot Springs. So instead, I am gonna knock $30. Is that how much? Two soak-in tokens is 20, and then lunch is 30, so 50. I'm gonna knock $50 off of that, so $97. People say that people like 7s, so $97, that'll do. And if you do come to Hot Springs, I think I have to increase the price on this because it is lunch for 2 passes for 2 soak-in tokens. And what I want to say about this is bring your friends. So what we'll do, here's how we're going to do it. It'll be $180, and for every other person that comes, they can pay $60. How's that? That seems fair. And make it a party, and you can bring up to, well, I want to start, because 8 is enough for me, and I'm going to shoot for 16 eventually. So four people. I just need 4 sales at $150. Is that where we're at? $150. Did I say $180 or $150? You know what? You can choose. If you want to pay $150, you can, and if you want to pay $180, you can do that too. I'm just gonna send you out my PayPal thing if you want to do this. And then if you want to make it a party, just add in $50, and that covers the soak-in token, lunch, and concierge services, of which I don't know what concierge services looks like as of yet, but we're gonna figure that out. Oh yeah, that's probably like, here's what you should go do, and this is what you should see. Okay, so I'm gonna flip the little lid here. I'm flipping the lid. Okay, next up is Foundations to Soul Nourishment. This is part 1 and part 2 together. Now, I had it broken up before, but I just feel like I need to get through the whole series. And this is an experiment. I want you to understand that this is an experiment. There are no promises. I cannot promise because I don't know what your transformation is going to look like, and I don't know what your commitment to transformation is. If you're not ready to transform, if you're not ready to engage and change, then I can help you. It just may take longer. The transformation may take longer. Okay, so what this is the whole kit and caboodle, and this is why I said I just need to get me through the whole process of this. And to be honest with you, if I had to rely on the market in Hot Springs, I would be dead in the water. As it is right now, I sort of am dead in the water. I'll tell you more about that in a little bit. Down the road. I'll share with you this part, the last 2 years of my story down the road a little bit. I think it might be helpful and useful to people. I just want to get back to what is in this whole kit and caboodle. So it's a 16-week online series where I share knowledge stored in my brain and my body as a way to allow that information to be of service and useful to you. And in ways that have exponential potential. Now, exponential potential, what do I mean by that? Well, what's your potential? I've always had a lot of potential, but have I delivered on that potential? I am now. I have in the past too, you know. Oh, references, referrals, and resources. Rave reviewers. You know what I need? Some rave reviewers out there. This is my first ask. Don't even worry about that was a fruit flying in the air. Okay, this is my first ask. If you have had some kind of experience with me that was a positive experience, I would love a rave review. I would love for you to give me a rave review of your experience with me. Remind me of how I've been beneficial and that you've been satisfied with my service. because I know that I have a lot of satisfied customers out there, and I know that I've been beneficial. My work has been beneficial to people. And maybe in ways that I don't even know, you know? Like just sitting and being present with someone while they cried, that's beneficial and useful, and I've done good work in that way over the years. So if I've been that person at some point in your life, I would love to hear about that. That's my first ask. And then the next ask is, come along on the adventure with me. It's only $39. Okay, so let's see. Useful in ways that have exponential potential. Ooh, this is gonna potential multiplied. Okay, ABTYR. Always be training your replacement. How best to utilize the internet to our advantage, to put our potential into use, into the beneficial use. Ooh, marketing economics. 4, what's the purpose? Dissemination of knowledge. This is what the play with purpose piece is all about. First, we have to play. Then, from that playful position, we kind of let it out of our bodies. We unleash, like, I feel like I've been playing on camera with you. Just do, like, get a little more playful with people. Our goal, disseminating your knowledge. So, it's show and tell time. Renee's gonna showcase and share her knowledge. That's what the whole kit and caboodle is. Okay. 20 years as a body worker, so worked at the Feather Pipe Ranch, worked on a ranch, a real ranch, grew up on a real ranch. That has some interesting, useful information. I don't know exactly, but you know, I can hang with the farmers and the ranchers. Can you? That's one of my questions I have for you. In the land of the soft and the stoic, I live out amongst the stoic. If you're interested in stoicism, I might be your girl. This might be an interesting project for you to come to Hot Springs, Montana, meet up with me, learn what I have to know, to share. I have to know and share. Body work. I'll take you through that process. And we start with upright seated massage. So conscious, caring touch, upright seated massage, that's where we start. So here's how it's gonna roll. On Wednesdays, this is the weekly delivery of content. And then we'll have our follow-up on Sundays. And that's just Q&A. So it's like half of Wednesday is for delivering content. The other half is on Sundays is answering questions. So this program, and before I even tell you, I'm like, which way should I do this? Should I tell you up front kind of what one of the cool bonuses is? Or should I tell you the price of the program? I'm going to tell you about the bonus. So I don't want you to go on this adventure together. I think that it's important for you to have an adventure partner. And in this case, I'm going to give you the opportunity for 2 adventure partners to come on this adventure with you. And who are those 2 people? Well, I don't know who your first adventure partner is. You're just going to become part of a dynamic duo. And it could be a spouse, a husband or a wife. It could be a girlfriend, a boyfriend, mother-daughter, father-son, father-daughter, mother-son, I don't know. Like sisters. I said mom and daughter. It could be, so I don't know who's in your dynamic duo, but you get to bring, you get a gift certificate to bring another person. And you get a second gift certificate to bring your favorite massage therapist. Now, yes, I'm not going to go into why about that. I'm just telling you that for the bonus, you get 2 gift certificates. One goes to your dynamic duo partner on this adventure, and the second goes to your favorite massage therapist. And they're going to help with some of what you'll be learning, or have, if you desire to learn more about conscious care and touch. I'm going to take people through during this period of time, an hour long, an hour and a half long, so 60-minute, 90-minute, 40-minute, and 20-minute body work sessions. And you don't have to do this part. It still costs $480 no matter what, because it just comes as part of the kit and caboodle. No matter what, if you have a massage therapist that's a favorite massage therapist, I'm excited about being able to share with them my knowledge about body work so that they can have the opportunity to share what I know. And I'm not, my focus is not, well, yes, I'm not going to go into that. But I just want to talk about, so for $480, 3 people get to come along on this adventure. And then we're gonna, and then the play with purpose piece, you and, well, heck, I don't care. The 3 of you can just all come along on the adventure together. That's great. I'm not gonna limit it in any way, shape, or form. So, $480, it's still a lot of money. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna incentivize the first 12 people who get involved with this, and then the first 48 people that get involved with this. And I'm going to give you some options for pricing. So I'm going to do a break it up into 6 payments and break it up into 3 payments. I'll talk a little more about that a little later on, but just so now you know what all the numbers are, and you can go, is this doable? Do you want it? That's the question at this point. So far we have 2 offers on the table. There's the $39 offer. There's a $150 or $180 offer. You get to choose how much, or you can pay more than $180. I'm happy about that too for that online event. And then we start getting into the live events here in Hot Springs. So I'm gonna go for live events, the online events. I think we have to raise the prices to $240. It just makes sense because you get to bring somebody with you. So you get to have that adventure with me. And heck, if you want, you can bring your favorite massage therapist as well to the live event. That's 3 soak-in tokens, 3 lunches. Yeah, I think $240 is totally fair and reasonable on that. Okay, and as I said before, make it a party, bring your friends. So you are the host, and then you can bring your friends, and suddenly we're up to our 16 or our 18 people. This is great. I'm super excited. Okay, let me go over the last part of this. Yes, there it is. The payment options. As I said, for that $480 program, there are some payment options. 3 payments is $160 each, 6 payments is $80 each. And I'm just gonna trust that you'll pay it all out. We know that sometimes people start these programs and when they go on payment plans, they beg at the last minute, but I would hope that you would find the resources that I'm gonna make available to you worth the $80 6 payments. But if you don't, after you go through the whole program, you have 2 months to write me a letter and say, I didn't get anything out of this program, and I'll give you your money back. So most people give you 30 days. I'm going to give you 2 months after the program is over, because I just think I'm interested in what happens as far as transformation-wise over those next 2 months. So before the 3rd month, after the end of a program, if you didn't get your money's worth, if you didn't get the $480 worth, you and 2 other people, so 3 people out of $480, if you didn't get your money's worth, then go ahead and send me a letter. This is my disclaimer, a letter in writing, and let me know that you want your money back. So this is my money back guarantee. You do have a money back guarantee. Yeah, and I think that's totally fair and reasonable. So I haven't gotten to the incentives for the incentives for doing that $480 program. That's the Foundations program. We have something here for nonprofit organizations. Yes, I am looking to work with nonprofit organizations. I'm going to tell you exactly why. Starting in January of 2020, I have some very specific projects that I want to fill out small groups of people for, and a big creative theater project as well. But I want to find top tier. So you get to like come with me as I figure this out, this next piece of the puzzle. What I'm looking for are people who've worked in nonprofit organizations and in, ooh, this is interesting, cooperatives. So maybe half, and I'm looking for two teams, a male team and a female team. Oh yeah, this is good. I'm looking for two teams, a male team and a female team. And each one will have 4 people who are masters in their field of nonprofit charity organizations, 501c3s, and the other half within the cooperative movement. This is cross-pollination that I want to do here. So with this cross-pollination, we're going to write a book. I've never written a book before, but I'm sure we can do it. I am absolutely positive we will be able to write a book, and it will be a really cool book. And each person who comes along this adventure with me, each one of you, and I have a special name for you. I'm not telling anybody about it yet, but I have a special name, and you can find out more if you get in touch with me and let me know that you're interested in this little adventure, the 12-month adventure with this group of people, and we're gonna write a book. And then each person is gonna have a bigger piece of their own puzzle that they could write a memoir from or do some other kind of coolness with that information. Because content development is an area of my expertise. I like talking to people, journalism. I like ferreting out information from people. But I usually am the one who ends up trying to do something with it, and if it's not my responsibility, it's their your responsibility, then you have to take responsibility for it. I help you get the information out of your brain and your body, and you get to do with it what you want afterwards. So it's a whole process. And we get to go along on it together, and I'm not going to limit it only to this small group of elite people who are going to come on that particular part of the journey, but we're going to have a DIY section and one that's I'm going to invest in live events for next summer, spring, summer, who knows, for next year, for 2020. So I'll be talking more about that in September and October, but for now, we're just talking about how I'm trying to be useful here. So what day is it? Thursday, I am designating to the nonprofit organizations. I better double check that. I'm pretty sure I have it here. Yes, I do have it here. Let me tell you about that. Okay. Yes, Thursdays. That's the day that I'm doing Manifesto Magic out in your community. So I'm looking to pre-sell 12 of these options. How much is it? It's $180 for me to come out to your organization. I suggest that we do a catered lunch. You don't have to. You can do a brown bag lunch if you want with people. You can do a catered brown bag lunch, which would be kind of curious and interesting. So I only have 12 of these available. I'm only going to work on this through November, because in November, that's when Bard Songs is coming into being, and I just need to put my full focus behind the theater project, because I know how theater projects go and they require your full attention. So that's what happens mid-November. And we're looking at the end of the year. I want to tell you about the Orphan's Christmas. So if you're an orphan in the world, as I am an orphan, I'm throwing Orphan's Christmas in Hot Springs, Montana. My birthday is December 7th. There's going to be a party then. And then there's going to be actual Christmas in Hot Springs. And I'm going to be hosting it, and it's going to be fucking awesome. I haven't decided on how many people are going to get invited to Orphan's Christmas. I'll let you know more about that as we get closer to December. So that leaves us to Mondays. So Sunday and Monday are both an intro to soul nourishment. Tuesday is my day to integrate all the information. Wednesday is the day that I'm delivering the information out to you, my lovely and faithful audience out there somewhere in the world, wherever you find yourself. and we are gonna unburden ourselves. We're unburdening ourselves of the information stored in our brain and our body. And we're unfurling from pain and suffering that we've been carrying with us through epigenetic trauma. That sounds like a terrible word, Renee. What is epigenetic trauma? I'm not going to talk about that right now. Go look it up online. Google it. You'll find out a lot of interesting and useful information if you go Google epigenetic trauma, somatic experiencing, and EFT. Oh, God. I'm not... There's that one that starts... No, TTR. Tension and Trauma Release System. Both of those are useful for healing epigenetic trauma. We'll talk more about that later. That's part of it. So where are we at? Sunday. The week starts on Sunday. And that is an intro to soul nourishment. Also, Intro to Soul Nourishment is on Monday. That's a live event here. Those are both live events in Hot Springs. I have 12 Mondays open, 12 Sundays open, and each one I'm taking a max of 8 people, so that'll be 16 people in the room. 16 people in the room, only taking 8 people, so 96 people is the max for any one of these days. Except for Thursday, I'll take up to 24 people for your 501c3 organization, and I will travel to you. So if you're in Kalispell, Missoula, or Helena, I will come to you and I will deliver this manifesto magic for your business or organization. Ideally, there's a business that is sponsoring an organization that they'll pay for the organization to come to this, and then they'll send a few people from their business to participate as well. So that's what I'm shooting for. Fridays. What's happening on Friday? I should know this off the top of my head. Oh, Friday, then, once a week, I want to have your 501c3 organization come to Hot Springs and go through the Intro to Soul Nourishment together, because I think that it's a really powerful tool. And this gets back to this group of people who I want to come on this adventure with me in January of 2020. This group of people, I want us to all have the same foundation and philosophy and some of the skills so that we really get to play together, because that's when this work is going to be just juicy and delicious and totally inspirational for us who are in the room. Our own stories will be inspirational, and the stories of others will be inspirational, and we'll just be able to gather this information and these wonderful stories to be able to share out into the world in this book that we're going to put together, a collaborative book about your life and your experiences and your knowledge and skills and experience in the fields of co-ops and the cooperative movement, and as well as 501c3 charity organization work. So that's what I'm looking for January, so you know. And that's where the 501c3 organizations in Montana come into play, because I want to find the coolest people to get to work with over that year period of time. Nominations. I would love for your nonprofit organization to nominate one of the fabulous patrons of your organization to come along on this adventure with me. So that is another call to action. Ante up one of your favorite patrons because they have a really cool story and you want their story and your organization's story in the book, because that's going to benefit you and your organization. So, ooh, look at this behind me. Do you see this cool little, my most colorful graphic on my whole wall right here? That's part of the game board. If I'm getting right down to it, what I am doing, what I want to do, and what I've been doing, and what I am doing is building a game. And it's a collaborative online game. And we're learning about business, we're learning about cooperatives, and we're learning about 501c3 charity organizations. So that's what we're doing here. And I have not figured out yet until this very moment what I've been working on and trying to define it. This is me. I've been playing with my purpose, and boy, when I made the commitment to go all in and literally down to like the last of my food in the house, and going like, I have to go get a job, a real job that pays just above minimum wage here in Hot Springs, Montana. And it's going to take me 52 hours a week to make my ends meet. 52 hours a week. That's a couple of jobs. People say, oh yeah, everybody around here works 3 jobs in order to make ends meet. I've resisted it with every part of my being. And now I just need to make some sales. And I've told you about how you can come along with me on this adventure, join me, take this journey together at this point, because the truth is, as I said in the beginning, I cannot do this alone. I've come as far as I can personally and alone, and now I need to get other people involved in the story. Mostly because it's a game and it will be more fun with more people. So this is for gamers. And especially if you've have been wondered and worried about your ability to touch another person with consciousness and curiosity. I'm a girl. I can share that with you. I have a lot of experience with it, creating a safe and sacred space. Oh, my heart is beating so strong right now. A safe and sacred space in which to unfurl from the pain and the stories of the epigenetic trauma that has been haunting your life and hurting your body. That's part of what I've done in my life, in my lifetime. And this sensual body that is our body to enjoy, that I'm mostly learning a lot about right now. And I feel very blessed for it. Because my 20s, I spent kind of like a nun. Like all of the touch that I was giving. And now I need to work on receiving. This is part of it. This radical trust I have to honor right now. Breathe and receive. 36 people is all I need to get back in the game. 36 people investing $39 is enough for my rent, to get my phone and internet back up and running, and to put a little bit of money into the business in just the right places. Updating my email with a business email instead of a Gmail email. It's $70. And then I have a whole set of systems that I once upon a time had use of and that I loved, was utterly delighted with, and all of that folded up in like a month's period of time. It just started disappearing. And so I haven't had access to my favorite resources. And I've done everything at periods of time at the library, under the conditions of the library, but it's taught me a lot. And without internet access or phone. And now I just have to trust that there's 39 people out there or more. I'd love to see just this go exponentially out there in the world, not just because that I will invest that money, the revenue generated through this process, I'll invest it wisely in local people and in people and products available out on the internet that will help support this whole process and reaching more people and disseminating the information, that's the point. This information that I hold in my heart, in my head, in my hands, in my whole body, in this being down to my soul. It's important information and it deserves to be in the world. And here's the quintessential piece. Your information deserves to be in the world. And this process this process of unfurling and releasing and unburdening our bodies and brains of the information stored in the meat suit, that information is relevant and useful to the world. You are wanted, you are worthy, you are welcome here on planet Earth. And we welcome you to share the beautiful, brilliant information stored in your brain and your body. That's what we're doing here. This is the soul nourishment adventure. I look forward to working with you. I'm so inspired to see who's gonna show up and come along on this adventure with me. And if you're receiving this email from me right now, it's because I thought of you first. And here's the other thing. If you're receiving this video through someone else, that someone else was like, this is a cool woman, this is a cool video. This woman out in Montana, I think her name is Renee in Montana. This woman out in Montana, she's got a really interesting thing that she's doing, and I think you're the perfect person to come along on this adventure. Another fruit fly. You're the perfect person to come along on this adventure with me. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm wanting. That's what I'm wanting for you. That's what I'm wanting for me. That you recognize yourself in something that I've said here today. Something holds your attention and value, and you want to explore that. That's what we're doing here today. So, and then you're like, and I have this really great massage therapist, and I have no idea. I haven't actually felt this woman's touch or seen her doing her work, but something about her is inspiring me to think that maybe you might be interested in this too. So I'm giving you the option of one of these gift certificates to come along on this adventure. Excuse me. Okay, I think that's all I have for you now. I have a PayPal right now. What I have set up is PayPal, and I'm not even sure how the invoicing system works. And so send me your email address, and if you're interested, and I will send you an invoice. I'll send you another email that will have your opportunities listed out, and you just choose the one, and then I'll either have it set it up as an invoice system, or I'll just have my regular Renee at PayPal account set up, and you can do it that way. Or write back and say I want to be set up on 3 payment options or the 6 payment options. Oh, that reminds me, the incentive. Okay, I'm gonna have to get back here. Okay, so here are the incentives for that. So here are the incentives for the whole kit and caboodle Soul Nourishment Adventure Series, online adventure series. It's a whole kit and caboodle. It's a beta test. We're gonna weed out the stuff that doesn't work. We're gonna refine the stuff that does work. And I need you on the other side of this video camera interacting with me and giving me feedback so that I can make this project and program better for you and better for the people who follow. So ultimately, this is why I need you to come along on this journey with me. Okay, so give you the lowdown. It's it's $480. There's one of the incentives right there. The first 48 people, I have this whole idea with the foundational 48. So the first 48 people who jump aboard this project and pay in full, I'm gonna lower the price for you. It's gonna be $360. So that's what we're doing, just did quick sell the first 48. The first 12 people to pay in full, you get that $360 incentive, plus you get to come here and do a live event with me, and you get to bring a friend. You get to bring and you get to bring a friend. So that's really cool. Okay, so and then after that, everybody else, you're just $480. You can pay it up front, or you can pay on the payment plans. Those are the options. Okay, I think I've told you everything about what I'm doing. I mentioned Bard songs, I mentioned Orphan's Christmas, I mentioned my birthday, which is December 7th, by the way, and we're definitely going to do something fun for that. What else is there to say? The start of the program in 2020. So every piece of the puzzle that we're working on right now is gearing up for the year 2020 and the projects that are going to be happening in 2020. With me going out into the world, and also people coming back with me to Hot Springs, Montana. It's going to be fun. I'm really excited about this. I'm excited that you're going to come along on this adventure with me, and I'm looking forward to meeting you, whoever you are out there in the world who's going to jump on and be one of my first 12, and they get that bonus of $360, or the first 48 and you, or the first 12, right? The first 12, you get the bonus of $360, plus you get to come to a live event with me here in Hot Springs. And then there is also the foundational 48, and you guys get that $360 bonus. And then of course there's a payment plan for everybody else who's going to go through the process with me online. Wednesdays, that's when I deliver content. Sundays, that's Q&A. And there is a money-back guarantee. If you need to find out what that money-back guarantee is, just go back. We'll put the timestamp in here at some point to tell you where to go back to find out about that money-back guarantee, because I want to make sure that you feel totally comfortable that you're not throwing away your money. I don't think you're going to be throwing away your money. I think that what I'm offering you here right now is information that is going to serve you well for the remainder of your lifetime. Just what you'll learn in the intro to soul nourishment, that information can serve you for a lifetime. Breathe and receive, self-advocacy, self-care tools, an introduction to play with purpose, and get into your body and get your creative juices flowing. Yeah, baby. That's what we want to do. That's what we're doing here. And then we're dislodging epigenetic trauma, information from the brain and the body, and we're delivering the best of what we have into the world. That's the whole show. That's the gig. That's what we're working on. This is the Soul Nourishment Adventure. And I am Renee in Montana, and I'm sending a shout out to you. Much love from Hot Springs, Montana, zip code 59845. Talk to you soon. Take care till then. Love ya.